morning, guys. We're happy to be here. You guys can see here we're at 𝑅1T1, and we have decided that we're gonna go ahead and make a mixer. So we're raising money to pay for this mixer. It's about $2,000 to $3,000 depending on what motor and what gears and things we buy for it. So we're gonna go ahead and walk you guys over here. We got a couple things we're gonna do today, but just to give you a little slight recap of what I'm hoping to finish. Probably gonna get a sifter. So it's gonna be kind of a large sifter. I've got my team here behind me, a couple of welders, and one of the welders is not here yet, so he'll come in just a minute, but probably got a late start because he actually started yesterday on the barrel part right here. So if you can imagine this thing being a mixer, on the ground mixer, there'll obviously be some posts on the bottom to lift it up, but it'll be laying flat, and there will be this big turbine in the middle here, not a regular turbine, but like one with just a little axle with some arms that come off of it and spin all of this mixture around so that it blends that concrete real nice. We got a whole bunch of metals. We've got our Bobcat, which is very, very necessary to pick this thing up. This thing weighs like, I don't know, 500-600 pounds just with this. Each sheet of metal, this sheet of metal right here, if you were to pick it, so that thing weighs like over 250, 300 pounds, something like that, something insane. We've got some stuff over here for our filter or our sifter. This is the important part for our sifter, and it had to be a good quality because we want it to last a long time. See the holes. This is a little looser, it's not as heavy because obviously we're missing that much extra metal that's in there. But we've got two different sizes. This one for the blocks, and then this one more for like sand and stucco and things like that. So this is actually gonna be for just around. We found it, so we're just like, we're better get one just in case we need it for other things, so we're not having to buy this cheap stuff over here. There's a lot of problems with this kind of sifter. It's just this flimsy wire. When you have this flimsy wire, it damages like this. So if you use it too much, it's just everywhere. There's all kinds of little damages, and then big rocks start to get through. We don't want to use these because they're not that great. So we got the other one, and then in case we need to have just a manual sifter, we will be able to have that. Our goal is to build this big sifter so that we can use the Bobcat to just dump all of this material and weed out all of these kind of rocks right here, because these are not like this right here. We got to get all this out. It's not usable for us. Everything that they've been doing here, they've just been throwing it up and it gets moved to right here. So we also have the electrician coming today to install a post over here. He's going to bring power up from the back of the property. Now, I don't know if you guys can see, maybe you can see up there. There's a telephone pole or a power pole, and we're gonna put a post behind this pile of dirt, and then we're gonna drape it across here, and then most likely we'll put a breaker box, big system here for this whole side of the property. So we're getting these blocks out of the way, and we've even found better ways to stack them. Of course, we want to put them on a pallet and have them ready, but we're waiting on seeing if we can afford some forklifts. I think we've got somebody that said they would help us, so that is a blessing. We'll see when they get here. Obviously, a forklift would be super great for this, but that might take some time. But if we have a Bobcat, which is right over there, we could probably put the forklift attachments on it and work with that for now. So I think that's probably gonna end up what we're gonna do, So we'll see how it goes. Looking good, looking good. It seems like they work pretty good. Guys, we are going to make a little structure here, like a bodega would be the best thing to say. And we're trying it out, and we're just gonna test it out and see how it works, as if we were building something, as if we were poor people, and see if this is even, you can tell it's shaky, but we don't have anything in the wall yet. We're gonna go ahead and stack them like we would any other way. Give that a nice little tap, little by little. Looks like it's sitting up nicely, organized. This side, I wanna say it's barely crooked. We'll find out if that makes a difference. Since we're not going to the actual wall, we're gonna go to a door. So maybe we can get away with not having it perfectly straight because there'll be a door there. Since this is kind of a test, so make sure these things are straight. I will say that if they're not straight, they're not gonna line up. and you have to check that. So what I decided to do was make this little bodega because it's very small and pretty inexpensive. And as you can see, there'll be a door right there, but I want to put the compressor in there, which is right there, which is needed for when we go to clean our machine. They have a nice little pressure to get all the excess dirt out from hidden spots in the machine, especially if they're about to do some more press. They'd be nice to have one just sitting there, an air hose, to clean it out. And I think we're gonna probably put like shovels and just some daily things that we normally need. Make it a little bitty bodega. I've also been asked to put in a microwave so that they have something for lunch and warm lunches. And I think what we'll go ahead and do is probably put a little bitty refrigerator in here as well so they can have some cold drinks throughout the day. We're gonna finish that, but later because it needs to dry. We filled it with concrete, the little bodega thing right there, and then we're gonna go go get some fish food for the fish because they just ran out yesterday, and it's already 10, and we got to go give them some food, and we're gonna go get some drinks because we're really thirsty. That's my goal. That my students show up unannounced. Headed back. We're going back to the property now. So we'll see what we do next. So the things I got at the store were these gloves. Mainly because the way we're securing the concrete blocks, or the dirt blocks that we're making, is by putting straight concrete down in the holes, and it's just kind of tearing away at our fingers. So we're just gonna use this and see if that helps, which it will. All right guys, we're gonna go ahead and leave. We've got the electricians putting up the control panel for all the power of the whole thing here. And so as you guys can see, they're bringing the pole from over there. They're gonna lower it onto that pole and then lower it down to here. We're gonna have a little center. And then when our group comes next week, we'll be able to see what they do and distribute it out of that box and make sure we got enough power for the mixer, which is that thing over there. It's gonna go right there. So we'll have to bring power over to this. We'll have to bring power to our pump. We'll have to put some lights in here. But for right now, we're gonna go get some gas because our Bobcat is just running on fumes. It's running on fumes, so we're just gonna go ahead and go get some gas, maybe some drinks. I think we're gonna get chicken today. So they're doing a fair in the middle of the road. This is the side road that we're driving on right now, in the middle of Santa Ana. And this little redneck looking fair is where we're at. But onto my left, they have the main street blocked off. We're on a little side street right now, and it's crazy, And we have a group coming in next week. So this thing is supposedly going on for a week or two, starting in a couple of days. So it's gonna be right in the middle of our team season. See all this? They just blocked all of this off, and they're building a whole bunch of stores, restaurants, games. It's like a fair. We're gonna fill up my truck and a couple gas tanks so that we can put a little bit of gas in the Bobcat because it needs more. So I would have loved to fill up my own gas, but here in Honduras, they don't let you fill it up. They have to do it. Because I guess you don't pay, so there's nowhere to pay. So you have to pay them. So they have to make sure it's at zero, because if it's not at zero, big problems here in Honduras if you don't have it at zero. So they often ask you like, hey look, we're starting at zero, and you have to look, and sometimes they don't start unless you look. So we don't have big markets, so you kind of have like a built-in gas station market. You can see a little bit of everything. Soaps, napkins, paper towels, cleaning supplies. All of our drinks are in this back wall. There's literally no space here, guys. Look, I'm like one of the skinniest guys on the planet, and I'm almost shoulder to shoulder in this space. Hair gel, drinking straws, milk, candy, paliadas and beans, and a little market, honestly. You got everything in here. It's nice if you don't want to drive that far. So we're gonna go ahead and get some drinks for the guys, probably. All right, let's roll. All right, we're all filled up. That was 1,800 limps. Half of that went into my truck, and I think the other 7-8 gallons went into the 5-gallon buckets and the other gallons that we have. So, waiting for our change and our receipt. Everybody is coming to town here this week because of the feria that they have. Celebration, the fair, the carnival, whatever you want to call it, they're all coming here, and it's gonna be a mess. We actually hate this time of the year because they block off all the streets, like I was telling you a minute ago. All right, we're going to get some chicken, just a piece or two. I did not think that she would be here today because she works at the other Pollolandia. ¿Cómo está? ¿Qué está haciendo aquí? Hey guys, so we're pretty much closing out for the day. We've done our block building here. It's like a little bodega for right now. We made it about this high just so I could go underneath it. It was just to try it out more than anything, and the roof's gonna go up that way. So if you look in here, you'll see as we poured, it basically self-stuccoed. It's, you know, like the wall there. That basically turned out really nice. We got a couple of them here. That happens, which is good. We don't mind that, because that helps strengthen the wall. But there's a couple spots here that we'll clean up. I would say we're really excited about it, and it turned out pretty strong as well. I'm not gonna shake it yet because it's drying, but tomorrow or the next day, or maybe even over the next couple of days, probably come Monday or something, we'll come test it out and feel the strength of it. After we put a little roof on here as well. But we're really pumped about this. This turned out really great. I'm glad you were able to watch us put this together. Secondly, this thing has been taking a little longer than we expected because there's a lot of design that goes with it. This mixer, we're gonna put like this and have a bar that goes down in there and a pulley system and a motor, something like that. So we're not exactly entirely sure. What do you think of our weld? Take a look at that weld. Not bad for Honduras, huh? But yeah, it looks pretty good. So we'll be able to flip this over here probably tomorrow if we get the Bobcat. I'm not gonna be here tomorrow, but some other guys might be here, so they'll probably work on that a little bit. And then the last thing for our big sifter, basically 2 sheets, you know, one there, and this is upside down, so it'll basically be over there. We're gonna set it up pretty much over here. I'll show you kind of how that works. We're gonna basically set it in the air like this, and it's just gonna be kind of like the position the roof is in. It's gonna lay on some springs right here, and it's gonna go down this way so that the rocks will be sifted out and going that way. And we'll put underneath it, it'll be just over my head, about like this. And then we'll have a little slide that makes the sand or the dirt, the small dirt, the fine dirt, that actually slides down that way. And that's pretty much it for today. We've been a little busy running around, and it looks like we're almost done I think we're gonna call it a day. It's 3:30, and so we're gonna head home. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Have a great day.